2010, I want to show you, of course, we haven't really changed anything with the projected revenues. They're the same as what you've seen before. The projected expenses have changed slightly at $1,535,686.67, which will give us a 2.42% buffer at the end of the year, which the state likes to have 5, which we knew we were working on that, so that's where we're kind of at with that. That carries over into the next year and kind of adjusted your 2011 somewhat. And so I want you to look at this. I'm going to email you these documents. I want you to kind of look through those. By the 27th, I'm going to have all of this
That's
transferred
when we
into.
need to make a decision,
The
finalize the
27th,
budget.
prior to the 27th, I'll have them, but beginning of the week, I'm gonna start moving all of that data Monday, Tuesday into the state format. So you guys can see what that looks like, what's going to be submitted to the state. But this is kind of where you're looking at, and I'll send these documents to you Monday morning so you can look at the full packets. If you have any questions, I can update those on the state spreadsheet prior to you getting those. It's looking more and more like I probably will be here the 27th if you feel that you need to have a meeting the 27th.
Oh, yeah.
At 6, I could probably slide
Probably
one
a
in.
good idea.
So if you have questions, we can address those. You can approve a tentative budget with amendments if you wanted to amend those that night, and I can change those prior to presenting it to the public for their week or 2-week review prior to the next meeting when you guys would actually approve that budget. I think it's maybe a little long, I'm not sure, but the current revenue plan in 2011 will be $1,628,633.41, and expenses. This is with any of the performance increases, your benefits, everything in there. And there would be a total budget of expenditures of $1,530,9917 is what you would need. And then we have those extra funds that will spread out across the departments. How does your reserve by the end of the year that the state likes to see of 5% will actually be more like around 6.05%. So we'll be doing really well. You can have up to 18% there. But that just means you're doing healthy. That means that's what they like to see, is that you have those funds there to rely on in case of an emergency or whatever that might be. And then we've got the utility fund. They have a little bit of an overage here, about $5,000. That's some of those monies that might help us in adjusting rates if need be. It wouldn't be a lot, but it's every little bit helps. And as we get those garbage numbers in, you can approve a budget. If the garbage numbers come in on the 27th, you get that information and you want to amend those line items, you can do so. Or we can approve the budget. You can always have a budget amendment if you decide we're going to change rates and move those revenues and expenditures a little bit. Okay? Because some of that information we won't get back till the 27th. I'm not sure you'll have the time to decipher through it. You may even, until you approve the final budget, you can make amendments to it. You can make amendments up to June 11th. So just so you know, even though we're passing that tentative, it can still be amended till it's fully finally approved. Okay? Then you've got your sewer budget here. I will tell you that this amount of revenue is based off of the $45 amount, knowing that I was going to have that amount in there to cover that. If we do make those adjustments, that's what we would do at that point. So that's why I based that number off of.
But for right now, we're just going to cover that $45 or what is it, $7 increase with what's in the sewer bill, right? Or with what's in the sewer.
Right now,
Revenue,
that
overage.
revenue number is based off of that. I can move that revenue number down, that you have to adjust your budget. We originally were supposed to have about $839 or $839,000. So I've adjusted that number down as much as I could that I felt to keep it a safe budget, and it's the $751,140, and that is including a $45 rate. Now that's already including those monies we're applying to the debt reserve, but we would adjust those rates with the garbage